One group of Americans not taking the looming fiscal cliff deadline sitting down, seniors. They're turning out in droves right here in Washington with a very strong warning to Congress. Lisa Sylvester has details.
Wolf, the AARP is a powerful group in Washington. It has spent about $7.5 million this year on lobbying, but its real strength may be its grassroots efforts with a large number of senior volunteers. And right now, their aim is to keep Social Security and Medicare intact. Jean Knopfels has often traveled to Washington from her Colorado home. This time, the 70-year-old retiree is here as a volunteer with the AARP. Knopfels and other seniors are blanketing Capitol Hill with a single message for lawmakers: hands off.
We're very concerned. We don't want Medicare, Medicaid, and Social Security to be used as part of a deficit-reducing bill in such a short period of time.
The clock is winding down toward the fiscal cliff. Once considered an untouchable third rail, changes for Social Security and other so-called entitlements are now being seriously discussed.
We really have not begun to talk about real entitlement reforms, and the only way you're going to have a true avoidance where you have a solution is to mix an appropriate amount of revenues with true entitlement reform. And until the debate moves to that point, there's really no serious debate taking place.
House Republicans have offered a framework that includes raising the Medicare eligibility age from 65 to 67, squeezing out savings from Social Security by changing the way inflation is calculated, and possible means testing that could disqualify wealthier older Americans from the Medicare program. Lawmakers insist any changes will be done gradually and will not impact current retirees. But that's not soothing the fears of seniors who say inflation adjustments will have an immediate impact.
To tell somebody who's living on Social Security, and we have something in the order of 1 out of every 3 retirees relies on just Social Security for 90% or more of their income, to tell them, I'm sorry, we're going to have to cut back your benefits because we have problems in the rest of the federal budget, that doesn't make sense for us.
Just to be clear, the Senior Lobby is a powerful and sophisticated organization with offices in every state and volunteers ready to fly to Washington at a moment's notice. But Democrats and Republicans aren't going to reach a compromise before the end of the month unless something gives.
We are racking up levels of debt that's unprecedented in our history. We've got to do something. And if we don't, it's been very clear that the credit agencies will downgrade us yet again.
Conservatives say it's time to touch the third rail. Democrats on the Hill are also pushing back. More than 100 House members signed a letter that they sent to Speaker John Boehner saying, take Social Security off the table. Wolf?
Lisa Sylvester, thanks very much.